Hello, my name is Deidre Carrier, and I'm a member of the Dream Team. I currently reside in Rocheron, Texas, but I'm originally from Vidalia, Louisiana. I started my undergrad at LSU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but received my Bachelor's of Nursing at University of Texas in Arlington. Currently, I'm working for Encompass Health Rehabilitation Hospital in Pearland, where I am the nurse manager.
Hello, my name is Juana Burt. I have a bachelor's in healthcare administration from Ashford University. I am in the MBA program with a concentration in project management at LSUS. I am currently the manager of one husband and 3 thriving minions.
Hi everyone, my name is Andriana Burke. I am from Columbus, Ohio. I am currently getting my MBA online at LSUS. I previously got my bachelor's degree at The Ohio State University. I currently work for a pharmaceutical company called Cardinal Health as a senior financial analyst. I deal with the financials of our research and development department.
Greetings. My name is Jalen Cavalier. I am a native of Covington, Louisiana, and a graduate of the University of Southern Mississippi. I now work as an admissions counselor at Dillard University located in New Orleans, Louisiana. I've lived in 3 different states over the past 4 years, and I can wholeheartedly say there is no place like home. Les élèves sont roulés. Thank you.
My name is Bianca Brooks. I'm from St. Gabriel, Louisiana. I graduated from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette with a bachelor's in psychology. I am currently employed with the Louisiana Department of Corrections as a program specialist of social services.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Fritz Chandler. I'm a practicing physician anesthesiologist in the Chicagoland area. I lead a team of 20 practitioners in a specialty that provide perioperative care to patients in various states and settings.
Hi, my name is Katie Kaysen, and I currently live in Shreveport, Louisiana. I work for a commercial real estate company, and I am currently in school trying to receive my Louisiana real estate license. I'm in the MBA program with an international business concentration, and I will complete the MBA program in 3 more classes.
Today we'll be talking about Encompass Health. Encompass Health was originally founded under the name of Health South by Richard M. Scrushy on February 22nd of 1984. It was not until January 2nd of 2018 that Health South adopted the name of Encompass Health. The mission statement of Encompass Health is superior care, superior outcomes. And now to Juana to talk about REACT.
Thank you, Andrew. Encompass is really making a name for themselves in the healthcare industry. Their main goal is to rehabilitate a patient back to their prior level of function, as well as to reduce acute care transfers. The business process is for every patient to be evaluated upon arrival to Encompass Health. That information and data will then be put into EMR immediately. A treatment plan is then formulated, and the patient will begin therapies under the supervision of a physician and nurse team. Every single step of the way is recorded in EMR in order for the REACT algorithm to properly process this information. The technology that supports this business process is called REACT. It's an artificial intelligence software. And from what I'm told, this software was created in-house. It's a custom-built program. It was formulated from the study of 300 patients and their 80,000 patient records in about 2 years. This software is a algorithm that is constantly running in the background of other programs. It utilizes 30 different clinical variables, things like heart rate, pulse, oxygen levels, and things of that nature. And now over to Andriana, who is at a hospital that recently implemented REACT.
Thanks, Juana. I am standing outside one of the top hospitals in Ohio, and they have implemented the REACT system. I overheard a nurse talking about how cool it was that the system was set up not to replace humans, but to work hand in hand with the nurses and doctors to reduce acute care transfers. One of the critical success factors of the REACT system begins with the nurses themselves. Are they getting better with clinical intervention to reduce acute care transfers? Clinicians must accurately and timely put the necessary information into the EMR, or the algorithm of the system will fall apart. If the clinical intervention is not done well, the REACT system will be useless and the number of acute care transfers will increase, which is what the system is trying to prevent. The REACT system must also have 100% user adoption, or it will not be successful. Encompass Health must have full participation. I heard from another reporter that Encompass Health first rolled this out, they had such great success in their pilot. But when they decided to roll it out nationwide and company-wide, they came across significant reduction in success. The employees did not fully trust it, but once they did and began to fully adopt it, they began seeing the results that they were looking for. Another great thing about Encompass Health is that they started to implement an interface lab system, which has led to their success. Doctors can place an order through the lab and have quick and easy results, which is important because that data gives REACT system the best information in a timely and discreet manner. REACT has been such a great system across the country and across all the hospitals. These critical success factors must always be in the heads and minds of the nurses and the doctors if they want this critical system, the REACT system, to be successful. If they keep these 3 critical success factors in mind, they will not fail. Next, on to Katie.
Thanks, Andriana. REACT is used in over 130 inpatient rehabilitation hospitals. Access is given to all medical staff employees, such as nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, physical and occupational therapists, and even the CEO. All medical staff employees are provided a computer, and employees that have direct patient care, such as nurses, are given a workstation on wheels, better known as a WOW. A WOW is a computer monitor and a keyboard that rolls into patient rooms, replacing computers in all patient rooms. Upper level management, such as CEOs and nurse directors, are given a computer in all of their offices. Cerner software that was specifically designed for Encompass Health is called ACET. ACET is downloaded onto every computer and requires the internet to access. Upper level management, such as nurse directors and the CEO, can access ACET through a VPN or remotely from any computer that has internet access. ACET runs off of a hospital server and a corporate server. Employees log in through the ACET software application and then are taken to the employee dashboard portal. Then they can access REACT. Now off to Jay with supply chain.
Thank you, Katie. Where I've been researching the supply chain for a groundbreaking information system known as REACT. REACT is primarily used by Encompass Health, which is its biggest and most important upstream supplier, because the company's business intelligence team created some of the main programs that work with REACT, such as Beacon and ACET. Cerner, another upstream supplier and partner, helps with the functionality of REACT by holding and processing the billions of electronic medical records that are used with the system. This benefits the downstream customers, like patients and clinicians, because it makes the job easier and the experience better. REACT is the only program of its kind, eliminating any competitors, but it does open the market for new entrants, such as leaders in artificial intelligence and machine learning. The downside to it all would be that if these new products are successful, it would minimize the need for a full staff as we know it, because machines will be taking the place of workers. Fortunately, that may not be the case, especially not anytime soon, because Encompass Health is not looking to partner with anyone in regards to REACT, but they are looking to acquire new facilities through mergers and Sounds like I have a report coming in from Fritz, so I'm going to pass it over to him. Fritz, on to you.
Encompass Health is part of an industry that is not immune to the effects of competitive forces. Nonetheless, it maintains a reasonable advantage in some areas over others. The closest competitors in size and reach to Encompass are Kindred Healthcare and Genesis Healthcare. Encompass faces a moderate threat from them where they operate in the same market. otherwise this is a low threat force. Just like competitive rivalry, the threat level from suppliers is equally low due to imbalance in size of the suppliers to consumers. Because there are more suppliers in the industry, Encompass has the bargaining power over its suppliers. With regards to buyers, in our case, patients and their families, the threat is at a moderate level. As a group, buyers can affect the cost, products, and services offered at Encompass because of the availability of the providers. However, product differentiation deployed by Encompass can mitigate this threat. In connection with the threat level posed by buyers, the threat of substitution is also at a moderate level. This threat is low as there are few players that offer the wide-ranging services Encompass does. There is, however, a moderate threat from smaller rivals who attract consumers overlooked by Encompass. Continued product differentiation will help ward off this threat. Lastly, the threat of new entry is also moderately rated. This is due to the rising cost of healthcare attracting more players to the industry and smaller mom-and-pop locations entering the market to fill the gap left by higher cost of larger providers such as Encompass. However, with the cost of entry being high in capital, few new entrants would be able to compete at the same level as Encompass. Dedra?
Good morning, I'm your reporter Deidre Carrier, and today I will be interviewing the CEO of Encompass Rehabilitation Hospital of Pearland, Mr. Mike Cabarro. We will discuss the 5 value chains: inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service, and how it works for Encompass Health. Good morning, I'm Deidre Carrier. I'm here today with our CEO of Encompass Health Rehabilitation Hospital. I'm here with the CEO, Mr. Mike Cabarro. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day today to discuss with me the 5 value chains of Encompass Health.
Okay.
So, my first question is, what is REACT and how is it used in your hospital?
Okay. REACT is a tool that we use here at this hospital to help identify patients that are at risk of going out of our hospital. So if we call those acute care transfers, and so if somebody's having another stroke or having another heart attack or something very serious is going on, they can leave our hospital and go to an acute care transfer. So this tool helps us to identify those patients that are at risk. And it pulls together a lot of different information from nursing, from therapy, anything medically that's going on, and puts it all in one place to allow us to identify those patients that are at risk.
Okay. Next, how does the daily operation of REACT affect the hospital? Is it beneficial in your opinion?
It's absolutely beneficial, and the way that it impacts our operations is that it'll keep a patient from having to leave. So we can identify those patients that are at risk much more quickly and then do something about it. So if they need some imaging or if they need lab work done, if a specialist needs to come in, or a nephrologist or a urologist, or if a GI doctor needs to come in and see what's going on medically with the patient, we want to identify that patient here and take care of it as quickly as possible before it requires them to have to leave. So yes, it's very beneficial, and it helps their rehabilitation process go much smoother in order for them to get home.
Okay, great. So we're moving on to outbound logistics. So how does the supplier or vendor connect with the REACT program in order to keep your patients in-house versus sending them out acute?
That's a great question. So the vendors would be our therapists and would be our nurses and the folks that are working with that tool in order to help make sure that the patient stays healthy throughout the course of their stay. Most of our patients stay here 12 days. And so they're going to be interacting with that tool, and the doctors that are managing their care are going to interact with that tool. So we call our doctors physical medicine and rehabilitation doctors. And so they look at that tool every day to see how the patient is doing. Are they making all of their therapy appointments? Are they getting is their nursing care going consistently well? And so this tool will bring all of those factors together in one place, so that the physical medicine and rehab doctor can know right away if something's not moving the way it should. and we can get that addressed as quickly as possible. So all of those end users use this tool because therapy may not know what's going on in nursing, and nursing needs to know what's going on in therapy, and the doctor needs to know what's going on in all areas. And so they can use that tool to know what's going on and make sure that the patient has a very consistent stay and doesn't have to be interrupted by leaving our hospital to go to another hospital.
Okay, great. So my last question here is, please describe how the REACT application impacts productivity and our satisfaction for the hospital.
Okay, so that's exactly why we have this tool. So in order to have a productive stay, we want that patient to move through. 12 days is not that long, and so we want to make sure we maximize the use of that time so that the patient can get 3 hours of therapy a day. And so we want to make sure that the patient is doing that and staying on that track. And so in order to have the most productive stay, we want them to have 3 hours of therapy a day or 15 hours of therapy over the week. If that course is interrupted in the middle and they have to leave to go to an acute care transfer to another hospital, then they're not going to be able to stay consistent on that therapy, and therefore it's not going to be able to stay consistent. We also want to make sure that the number of patients that are admitting into our hospital and the number of patients that are discharging from our hospital stays steady. And so if somebody has to jump out of their care for a few days and then come back in, it makes for a very unproductive rehabilitation hospital. So this tool allows us to stay very productive and identify those patients at risk, do something about it right away, address it, and make sure the patient has a consistent level of care.
So it seems like Encompass Rehabilitation Hospital is the way to go for your post-acute care. So this concludes our interview with Mr. Mike Cabral, the CEO for Encompass Rehabilitation Hospital of Pearland. I'm Deidre Serios with the Dream Team. Thank you.
Firm infrastructure includes staff members like nurses, quality and infection control members, case management, pharmacy, physical, speech and respiratory therapists, dietitian, CEOs, and other licensed staff members who have access to the systems. Human resources. They monitor employee performance from day one up until the separation from the company. They also deal with employee benefits and individual performance plans for each employee. Research and development. Research and development monitors performance to rectify health problems and concerns for the patient. Procurement deals with maintaining cost per day per patient and dealing with competitive pricing and terms per company.
Competitive